hell will freeze over before I apologize to any of these 4 wicked children of mine that are saying these things about me. Hell will freeze over before I apologize to any of them. I would rather die. I would rather be put in prison than to kowtow and be terrorized by a bunch of rebellious punks.
The moment his soul flinched. A full psychological and biblical expose of Steven Anderson's rant against his own children. This is not just a sermon breakdown. This is a mirror-shattering event. An expose of a man whose voice thundered, but whose body snitched. Behind the bravado and venom, Steven Anderson's body did what his pride never could. It told the truth. And that truth exposes the deep fracture between who he says he is and what he knows he's become. Verbal analysis. A man defending his image, not his house. Anderson opens with, "Hell will freeze over before I apologize to any of these 4 wicked children of mine." Then intensifies, "I would rather die. I would rather be put in prison than to kowtow and be terrorized by a bunch of rebellious punks." His language is absolutist, unrepentant, and emotionally loaded with hostility cloaked in righteousness. It's not a cry of a grieving father. It's the growl of a threatened figurehead. Every word is framed to elevate his own moral position while publicly disowning his children. There's no reflection, no sorrow, no olive branch, only condemnation and theatrical defiance. Body language dissection. The body that betrayed the message. Throughout the rant, Steven Anderson's body screams what his mouth tries to bury. Tightened jaw, flared nostrils, puffed chest. Classic displays of dominance masking deep emotional insecurity. Aggressive hand gestures, pulpit gripping. Indicators of someone attempting to assert control over his environment and himself. Facial twitches and slight head shakes. Leaks of emotional dissonance. His body doesn't believe the message as strongly as he wants the audience to. Vocal strain and pacing breaks. Proof of emotional effort being exerted to maintain composure. His control is not natural, it's manufactured. The pause that revealed his guilt. These 4 wicked children of mine. This is the turning point, the psychological climax. When he says wicked, there's force. But after that, everything slows down. His eyes drop, his posture freezes, his voice softens, and then, reluctantly, he says it, children of mine. That hesitation was not stylistic, it was psychological recoil. What it reveals, internal conflict. He knows what he's about to say isn't just harsh, it's self-indicting. Subconscious guilt. That split-second break reflects the thought, if they're wicked and they're mine, then what does that say about me? Involuntary emotional processing. His eyes momentarily drop, a classic sign of reflection or shame. His torso locks, his shoulders tighten, and his vocal intensity drops. This is what psychologists call cognitive dissonance surfacing. His image is trying to hold, but the guilt is leaking out through his body. And biblically, that moment indicts him harder than anything he says. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22, verse 6. He knew the verse. He knew the weight. And for just a moment, his body paused on behalf of his conscience. The final shift, from children of mine to rebellious punks. Later, Anderson refers to them again, but this time with no hesitation, no ownership, and no internal resistance. A bunch of rebellious punks. The contrast is deafening. No my children. No pause. No humanity. This is total dehumanization. By this point, he's emotionally disowned them. He doesn't speak like a father. He speaks like a ruler condemning traitors. This shift from relational language to slurs is the classic final stage of emotional cutoff. It's what narcissists do to avoid guilt. Strip the person of identity so they can justify the rejection. Full psychological profile. Narcissistic injury. Narcissistic rage. Steven Anderson is not delivering correction. He's delivering revenge. His psychological pattern in this rant follows a textbook case of narcissistic injury. 1. Wound. His children turned against him. 2. Image threat. Their rebellion stains his authority. 3. Response. Rage disguised as righteousness. 4. Projection. Blame shifted to them. No fault taken. 5. Erasure. Identity removed. Just punks, not children. This isn't fatherhood. It's brand protection. And the moment that betrayal stung most clearly? Right after he said wicked, and his soul flinched before saying children of mine. Biblical evaluation. Where was Christ? Not once in this rant does he resemble the Spirit of God. As a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. 13. Fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, lest they be discouraged. Colossians 3. Let all your things be done with charity. 1 Corinthians 16:14. There was no pity, no grace, no call to restoration, just wrath, bitterness, and an obsession with the never appearing weak. That's not biblical leadership. That's Saul clutching his throne while his own house implodes. Final verdict. The soul snitched in the pause. Steven Anderson's words were loud, but his pause was louder. That moment, when his eyes dropped, his body froze, and he hesitated to call them children of mine, was the most honest second in the entire video. And what it revealed was this. He knows. Deep down, he knows. These are his children. And whatever they've become, he had a hand in it. But instead of repenting, he clenched his fists and raised his voice. Instead of turning inward, he turned on them. Instead of humbling himself, he chose to harden his heart. He didn't just lose his kids. He forsook the calling of a father, right there on camera. And the body God gave him betrayed the lies his pride tried to speak.